Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I wanted to dive into this because I see a lot of people taking master classes and all these different webinars and, paying for all these different things to learn, quote unquote, the game, and there's nothing wrong with that. The issue that I see is that they're not putting it into action. And that's the problem on the back end. If you are going to set aside money, and let me just tell you this, I set aside a set of funds at the end of the year for next year's events that I want to attend. Of course, a lot of them have been virtual this time around for the past couple of years. But I put aside in the last quarter of every year, I try to map out as far in advance as possible of conferences and things that I want to attend, whether it's in person or virtually. Of course, we've been virtual because of the pandemic. But whatever it is, I put those dates on my calendar. I look at budgets and try to budget for those events, provided, of course, that we even know about them that far in advance. But a lot of them are yearly, and they're annual events, so when it's going to be coming up. Because I really want to put into action the things that I am gleaning from those events, from those conferences. Now, you may be a part of an organization that has an annual conference. You may be selling products or whatever, for a company that has annual conferences. And if you're a part of an organization that has an annual event, you need to attend, as long as it's legit and the event is giving you some meat that you can really chew on. You need to go to those events, because that's when they're going to bring all their powerhouse people together to pour into you. But I see a lot of people attending events. They're getting all the feel goods, all of the accolades or whatever it is that they're draining from these events, but they do nothing with it. So you go back home and you're on this high, right? You get off of that webinar and you're on this high and you are excited, but then the momentum completely dies down. You don't take that information and put it into action. You don't take that information and make it so that you're going to form a plan. The whole point of putting together conferences, the whole point of having all, that packet that they give you, that tote bag that they give you. And I'm speaking from personal experience of creating these tote bags and these packets. The reason why we do it is so that we can put all that great information together for you to give you the starting of a really great roadmap to success, because we want you to experience the same success that we have experienced. We love when people report back to us and say, wow, I used that XYZ one sheet document that you had 10 steps to, whatever, and it helped me, build my business. I love that. If you guys have not gone on my website, go on my website and download for free. It is, it's a 101 document that talks about branding. Branding 101. And I literally give you a bunch of steps that you can take and use for your business. These are things that I have done in my own business. These are things that other entrepreneurs that I have worked with. And I took like a culmination of these best practices and I put them into a document and literally wrote out every single step that will get you jump started. And I cannot tell you, there are people constantly that write back to me a couple months later after they've downloaded, because I can see every single person that downloads the document. I can see, well, at least their email. I can see, the behind the scenes of when they download stuff. And I had not had the alert turned on, I guess, in Shopify, because my website is built through Shopify. I guess I didn't have the alert turned on one time, and I was like, man, I haven't seen, somehow I must have turned the alert off or knocked it off some kind of way, I don't know. And I hadn't seen any downloads, from the document. So I went in behind the scenes and ran a report just to see, and there was like 164 downloads in 1 month to that Branding 101 document, which I was so happy about that and very proud that people, loved it enough to download it or whatever. And it was really, really interesting. And this was towards the end of last year. So I said, oh, people are probably downloading this thing like crazy because they want to, start their own business in the new year, top of 2022, that kind of thing. But it was really interesting to see, 164 downloads, from, I would say, the fall, sometime in September up to the end of the year and the beginning of January. So it was really interesting to see that, to see that type of activity. But I will tell you, 164 different people downloaded this document. But how many have really put it into practice? And I know that you guys probably listen to this podcast. How many of you have really taken the steps to put that document into practice? Now, I'll tell you, a lot of people do constantly send me a note, or people that I actually know that, have downloaded the document have, said to me, oh, Renee, I downloaded that Branding 101. Man, there's some steps that I was skipping, some things that I wasn't doing. People have started their businesses based off of that. People that already had businesses. I get a lot of people that already had businesses, but they were not, they didn't have a plan, and this kind of jump started them with a plan. And then seasoned businesses as well. People that have been in business for years that were like, wow, you made some great points, in the document, because the document can fit for anyone. It can fit for someone that doesn't have a business yet, that's just thinking about starting a business. It's great for budding business owners that have just started. And it's also great for seasoned business owners like myself who have, had businesses for years. So anybody can get some meat from that, but you have to put things into action. You can't just keep attending events, attending conferences just to say you went, and then you don't actually take anything from it and put it into action. You know what I mean? People, I understand, as kingdom business owners, we think that prayer is going to solve everything, but you have to put stuff into action. Right? We're told that faith without works is dead. Yes. Do you pray to God that, yes, place your hand over my business, give me favor, all that kind of stuff. But what are you doing to get there? Have you invested in your business? And by investing, it's not just money, it's also time. You need to be on the computer. You need to be on Google, searching up your genre, whatever you're in. You want to be a chef? Cool. You want to make lipstick? Cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not understanding. I'm trying to understand how you want your business to be successful, but you don't want to do the work. That's the part that always confuses me. And anytime I get a consultation of someone that says, "Oh, I'm doing this and this and this, I want to do this and this and this for my business." I said, "Okay, well, what have you started working on?" "Well, my uncle told me this, or my auntie or my mom said, all I got to do." But these are people who have never been in the business that you're trying to start. You may be trying to start a daycare. You may be trying to start, making your own products, body products, shampoo, whatever. What have you researched to figure this out? I had somebody that wanted to start, it was like health and beauty items, okay? And they were like, I want to start making health and beauty products and this, that, and the other. I said, okay, well, you got to find the right white label company. And they were like, well, what's that? And I said, well, white labeling is where, what they wanted to venture into is to formulate their own products. And even when I said formulate, they didn't even know what I meant by that. And they said, but where do you start? Where do I get the ingredients to make the lotion and to make, the shampoo and to make... And I said, well, you really don't have to do that. You can formulate your own products. And they were like, well, what's that? And for a person that is trying to start their own product line, these are things that you need to get familiar with. Now, I know you're not going to come out the gate knowing everything. This is not to bash people. This is to bring you into space of reality. Because even if you type into Google, how do I start my own product line? Or health and beauty aids? How do I create lotion? You are going to see all of these things pop up. So I know, I don't even have to ask. I know they didn't even look it up. They didn't even start there. They wanted me to tell them where they buy the ingredients to create lotion. And I said, you don't even have to do all of that. But I said, if you're going to, you can, but you're going to have to find a chemist to formulate your own stuff. I said, but why recreate the wheel? They were like, well, how do other companies do it? I said, there's so many companies that buy the lotion base. It has no scent and it's just plain, right? So all the ingredients that actually go into making creamy lotion or soap or shampoo or any of the other things that we use, deodorant, whatever it is. You buy the base, you search out a white label company, you buy the base, and then you can add oils to it, you can add color to it, you can add different scents to it, and that's what you do. You don't need to recreate the wheel, but I knew that they didn't even do a simple Google search because they're waiting for people to spoon feed them with the information. And I will tell you, Honest Queen Media is not going to spoon feed you. We will teach you to fish so that you can be successful for yourself. And if you need help along the way, we are there to help you along the way. We'll do this in the background so that you can rock like a rock star in the foreground. But actually taking up the spoon off the plate and it's feeding it to you, not going to happen. Because if anyone has to do that, and not just me, this is any business coach or any type of person that is helping you within your business, if they have to spoon feed you like that, you are not ready. You're not ready to work. Now, if you got the money to just drop coins everywhere and let everybody else do stuff and just put your name on it and it's successful, fine. I'm not even mad at you for that. Do your thing. But the majority of people don't have coin like that to do that. They really do have to start from the bottom. Because we know a lot of celebrities and public figures that have that type of coin. They just put their name on the side of things and keep it moving. A lot of them do that. But even the ones that are able to do that, there are some that still don't, because they want to be involved in the process, because they think like a small business owner who's trying to hustle from the bottom up. So there's going to be no spoon feeding over this way. So if you're looking for that, we ain't for you. But what I will do is I will help you to, do those really great building blocks so that you have a foundation. The spoon feeding thing, first of all, what's dangerous about the spoon feeding thing, and this is just my opinion, and I know people are going to have their opinion. What's dangerous about that is when the lean times come. And honey, let me tell you, these are the lean times. People don't have money like that. Most people don't have money like that to throw around. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Things are tight. Okay? Things are much more expensive than they were. All right? Me, staunch supporter of Amazon Fresh. Amazon Fresh is looking a little gold over here. A little expensive. You know what I'm saying? The ordering is not the same like how it used to be. So now I have to reevaluate this. Everything, even Netflix. Netflix is I don't know if they've gone up yet, but they're about to go. I think they go up actually in April. I may need to reevaluate some things. I went without them for quite some time before I brought them back in the fold, but they might be going back out to pasture again. Because you have to think, what is important? What do you need right now? These are the lean times. And people need to really understand that. So how do you do that? You can't say that you want to start a business and you want to really get down in the trenches, but you're not willing to give up your nail appointment every week. But like I said, if you have the money to put towards that, I'm not telling you to stop doing it, but don't say that you don't have the money when you are doing things that are not necessary. When you're showing up to Starbucks twice a day sometimes and you're paying $5 and $6 for each of those drinks, please don't tell me that you don't have the money to start a business. It's impossible. You eat out breakfast, lunch, and sometimes even dinner every day. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about treating yourself and whatever. I'm not trying to snatch Starbucks from anybody or whatever. That's a once in a while thing, couple times a week. But do not say, I don't have the means to be able to do a business, but you eat out every day. The math ain't mathing. You know what I mean? Is that what they say? The math ain't mathing? Yeah, it's not mathing. And I'm not going to feel sorry for you. So if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to really make a go of this thing called owning your own business, this entrepreneurship, you have to do the work. Stop going to all these webinars and conferences or whatever, and then you come home and you do nothing with it. It was a hype for a couple of days. I'm about to do this. And you're Birdman your hands together, but you ain't doing nothing. You're doing nothing. I have done so many consultations with people, talked to them for 2, sometimes 3 hours. And you follow up with them, hey, ready to move forward? This and well, they always got an excuse. Why are you wasting your time? Not even my time. But why are you wasting your time? There is nothing wrong with having an amazing job and going in every day to work and getting a legit paycheck. There's nothing wrong in that. It's commendable. You're taking care of your household and your family. Nothing wrong with that. But stop telling me that you want to have your own business, but you don't want to do the work that's entailed to actually make it happen. That's the issue. Right? Okay. I don't know who that was for, but we're still at the beginning of the year and people are still trying to get things up and running. And maybe this is the fire that's going to light underneath you. You have to want to do the work. It's not going to drop in your lap. And even if you have been favored by the Lord and it dropped in your lap, you still got to do work. And you will appreciate it when you build from the ground up. Build like you don't have it like that. And trust me, the business will be even more successful because you appreciate the climb. Anyway, all right, y'all, I'm out. Want to find me on social media? Do that at Onyx Queen Media across all socials. Instagram is my most active. Email me, hello@onyxqueenmedia.com. Bye, you guys. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.